So with that understood, I want to do, before we talk about the culmination, the whole reason for the revelation given to Jesus Christ by his Father, and you know, we've talked about the marriage process that Jesus was using to context his going away and his coming back. And that wasn't, and he made it very clear. Before he went back to his father's house to make preparations for the marriage feast, and to make a place for his bride, no one knew, nor was privileged to know, the day and hour that the bridegroom would go get his bride. And that is because that was the prerogative and privilege, the right of the father of the bridegroom. He was the one who would determine the day and the hour, and Jesus made it very clear. That is the context of the process that he was using when he told his disciples, "But of that day and hour no one knows, not even the Son. No one knows." And that statement has given life to the conviction that to know the day and the hour is somehow an unforgivable sin. Many have tried to figure it out, only to be disappointed, discouraged, and embarrassed. But Revelation is the revelation which the Father of the bridegroom gave to his Son, so that he would know when he could go get his bride. And Revelation is all about the preparation of the bride, and then the bridegroom coming back to this earth to get his bride. But the bride cannot be prepared until those who are given the task to prepare her know themselves what that preparation is. And that's what Revelation is all about. Instructing the servants of the bridegroom what they need to know so that they can prepare the bride to be ready for her bridegroom when he comes. This has been God's plan from the beginning, and it will be his plan until it is all accomplished. And I expect that accomplishment in the very near future. I understand that this may be started within the next year, maybe. It may already be started. So let's go back and see from whence we have come here at the point in the Revelation of when the bride is revealed as ready to meet her bridegroom. Here is where it all started, back in Daniel. Chapter 2. The dream of Nebuchadnezzar, where he saw this great image. An image of a man. head of gold, chest and arms of silver, belly and thighs of bronze, legs of iron, feet partly of iron, partly of baked clay.
Ceramic.
And then there was a rock. If you want to read about this, you can turn in your Bibles to Daniel chapter 2. And we'll read starting in verse 34. You continued looking until a stone was cut out without hands, and it struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay. So one thing we know is that the rock doesn't hit the statue in the head, the chest, the belly, the legs. The rock strikes the statue on the feet. Why? It's...
The weakest point.
We will tell, God will tell us why.
Wow.
Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold were crushed all at the same time, and became like chaff from the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, so that not a trace of them was found. But the stone that struck the statue became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth. Now go over to verse 44. You will notice that we are focusing on this stone in the image, in the dream of the image. And in the days of those kings, which kings?
The 10 kings.
And as the toes, as the toes of the feet were partly of iron and partly of pottery, so the kingdom will be strong and part of it will be brittle. The days of the feet and toes. In the days of the kings of the feet and toes, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom which will never be destroyed. Is there anything on that image that is a part of the image, not a part of the dream, but a part of the image that is left after the feet and toes?
No.
Or do the feet and toes complete the image?
The feet and toes complete the image.
The feet and toes complete the image. There is nothing left on the image. So the final kings are the kings of the feet. And in the last days of those kings, now we know that the 10 toes represent the 10 kings that we read about in Revelation 17, where the beast that comes up from the abyss will set up 10 kings who will share power for 1 hour.
Revelation 17:12.
Is that a physical hour, or is that a...
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, it's a literal 60-minute period.
Yeah.
Revelation
1 hour.
12.
We know that we are living in the days of the feet. And the rulers of this world are the kings of the kingdoms that the feet represent. Some have the strength of iron, and some are brittle as baked clay. And these kingdoms do not cleave or adhere or work with one another. And we can see that by the strife and turmoil between the kingdoms of the world today. Verse 44 of Daniel 2, and in the days of those kings the God of heaven will set up a kingdom which will never be destroyed. And that kingdom will not be left for another people. It will crush and put an end to all those kingdoms. But it will itself endure forever. Inasmuch as you saw that a stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it crushed the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God has made known to the king what will take place in the future. So the dream is true, and its interpretation is trustworthy.